Hello everyone. In this video, I will be talking about tissue reaction caused by parasite to host. As it is a very important topic and one must know about how a parasite causes damage to the host. So, watch this video till the end so that you will be able to answer that which tissue reaction will cause the major damage to the host. The four major tissue reactions include mechanical tissue reactions, irritating tissue reaction, immunological tissue reaction, and toxic tissue reaction. Let's talk about mechanical tissue reaction. Major harm to the host is caused by this mechanical tissue reactions. It include migration, penetration of larva, granuloma formation, and obstruction. What happens in migration? I will explain it with the help of examples. Liver fluke, Fistula hepatica. It causes fasciolosis. And what happened? That this immature fluke migrate in the liver and it cause a major damage to the liver. It destroy the liver parenchyma and it cause hemorrhage in this liver. Another example is Toxocara canis. This Toxocara canis cause visceral larva migraines. As this Toxocara canis is present in the various organ of the host. This liver fluke also migrate to the lungs and cause damage to the lungs. The next is penetration of larva. This larva penetration in the host cause dermatitis. Dermatitis is the inflammation of the skin or derma. The example of dermatitis is the Cercarian dermatitis, which is caused by the Cercaria of Schistosoma. This dermatitis is also known as swimmer's itch. In this case, the larva penetrate in the dermis of the host. In this way, it causes damage to the host. The next is granuloma formation. As we all know that granuloma is set by the inflammation, by the irritation. Granuloma is the antigen surrounded by the inflammatory cells. Okay, in this case, with the help of this schistosoma egg example, what happened that the schistosoma egg release antigen from its eggshell, and due to the release of this antigen which is foreign to the host, the inflammatory cells surround this egg and granuloma is formed. The next in the mechanical tissue reaction is obstruction. This obstruction is caused when the population of the parasite is heavy. And due to this heavy load, the lumens, means the hollow organs, get obstructed or occluded. And examples which cause this obstruction of the organs are Strongylosis vulgaris. It obstructs the aorta and major arteries. So next is Plasmodium. This Plasmodium also obstructs the arteries. Ascarid worm obstruct the intestines, and lungworm obstruct the bronchi. So this was all in the mechanical tissue reaction. Again we will say it include that migration of the larva, penetration of the larva, granuloma formation due to the eggs, and obstruction by the heavy load of the parasites in the organ. The next is irritating tissue reaction. These all reactions are interrelated, as it is not such that only one reaction is occurring without the involvement of other. So the next is irritating tissue reaction. As you all know, what cause irritation? Irritation is caused by the repeated injury to the host by parasite. Also by the toxins and secretions released by the parasite. They can also cause irritation. And due to irritation, what happen? Inflammation occur in the body of the host. And due to the inflammation, degeneration of the tissue take place, necrosis occur, and ulcer formation take place. And how this ulcer is formed? As taking the example of Entamoeba histolytica, this Entamoeba histolytica release histolysine. And also, how this ulcer is formed? This Entamoeba histolytica multiply asexually, and due to its heavy multiplication, the tissue is damaged. The next is the structure disturbance. Due to irritation and inflammation, what happened? To cope this inflammation, the host tissue undergoes hyperplasia. What is hyperplasia? It is the increase in the number of the cells. Let's take the example of this fasciola hepatica. What happened? That this fasciola hepatica cause irritation in the bile duct, and due to this irritation, the thickening of the bile duct take place by hyperplasia. It is all happening just to cope with the reactions, okay, the inflammation. What is the other disturbance in this normal structure? That is hypertrophy. Hypertrophy is the increase in size of the cell. When the plasmodium infect the RBC, it develop in the RBC, the size of the RBC is increased. The next is metaplasia. Metaplasia means the conversion of the normal cell to the abnormal cell, and it occurs in the case of P. westermanni. This parasite converts the normal lung cells into fibroblast. The next is neoplasia. As we all know, what is neoplasia? It is the conversion of normal cells to cancerous cells. And example which cause this neoplasia is Spirocerca lupi. The last is cirrhosis. The cirrhosis is caused by liver fluke, as the liver fluke destroy the liver parenchyma, and due to the destruction of liver parenchyma, it will start to repair, and due to this, the hardening of the liver parenchyma take place due to fibrosis. So these are the disturbances in the normal structure which are caused by the irritation, the inflammation of the tissue. The next which we will be studying is the immunological tissue reaction. This immunological tissue reaction is also related to these other tissue reactions. This immunological tissue reaction occurs due to the excretory or secretory antigens of the parasite. Due to this secretory or excretory products of the parasite, what will happen? In response of this, nodule formation take place, as in the case of Esophagostomum species. When it infect the body, nodule formation take place, and this nodule formation is known as pimply gut nodules. This pimply gut nodule is formed when the parasite die and it undergoes calcification. In this way, this nodule formation take place. The other immunological reaction is caused by the larva encapsulation. And the example of larva encapsulation is Trichinella spiralis. This Trichinella spiralis larva is encapsulated in the muscles. The next is cyst formation. This cyst formation also causes immunological reaction, as in the case of P. westermanni. When the cyst become large and get bursted, they called anaphylactic shock. The last is the toxic tissue reaction. As it is all clear that these all are interrelated. Once again, I am saying that these all reactions are interrelated. This toxic reaction is caused by the secretory or excretory product of the parasite, the endotoxin, and the protein degenerated products of the parasites. The secretory or excretory product include that the anticoagulant secreted by the hookworms in the body, which are disseminated in the surrounding tissue or in the blood or in the circulation. The other is histolysin, which is released by Entamoeba histolytica. So these are the tissue toxic reaction causing products. The other is endotoxin. The endotoxin is produced due to the death of the parasite, and this parasite decomposes. And because of this, endotoxin shock can occur. The last is, which is common, that is protein degenerated products. These protein degenerated products of the parasite cause allergy in the body. So that's all, and I'm sure that you will be clear about these tissue reactions which are caused by the parasite. Thank you.